Porn use and other unwanted sexual behaviors can stunt a person's growth and rob them from living a full and satisfying life. Porn stunts your growth relationally as it trains your brain to prefer fake people over real people. Emotionally, because you medicate your emotions instead of processing them. Spiritually, because the Bible says that lust wages war against the soul. And sexually, because porn use causes numerous sexual dysfunctions, including the inability to climax during sex and ED. No wonder porn has had a devastating impact on marriages. Recent research reveals that if a married couple starts watching porn, they are 2 to 3 times more likely to divorce than those who don't. These are a few of the reasons to stop a porn habit, but when most try to stop, they can't because they're addicted. The Freedom Fight is designed to equip you with proven principles of recovery so you can break free from porn or other unwanted sexual behaviors. When we understand the factors that contribute to a porn or sex addiction, it enables us to address them effectively. We used to think that addictions were caused solely by chemicals that the body got hooked on. An experiment in the 1970s reinforced this idea. The researchers put a rat alone in a cage with 2 bottles, one with normal water and the other with morphine drugged water. The rat almost always chose the drugged water and became addicted until it eventually died of malnutrition. The theory that the drug's chemicals cause addiction seemed validated. But later the same decade, psychologist Bruce Alexander did another experiment. He thought, of course a rat that is isolated in a boring cage would choose drugs. So he constructed Rat Park, which provided plenty of activities, friends, and mates, everything a rat could want. These rats were given free access to the drugged water, but they chose the normal water instead. The rats in Rat Park hardly ever used drugged water, and none used it compulsively, and none of them overdosed. The researchers took the Rat Park experiment one step further. They placed rats in isolated cages where they drank the drugged water for 57 days and developed a strong addiction. And then the researchers placed them into Rat Park. These rats gradually reduced their drug use until they gave it up completely and were drug-free the rest of their lives. We see these kinds of experiments with humans all the time. Severely injured patients are given a medical form of heroin for months at a time that is stronger than most street drugs. And yet, the patient just stops when they go home to a life where they're surrounded by a loving family. The same drug used for similar amounts of time often turns street users who were alone and unhappy into desperate addicts. Even more than rats, people were made to connect and bond. So when we don't have that, it creates an environment that is more conducive for addictions to take root. The opposite of addiction isn't sobriety, it's connection. This is especially true for sex addiction, which is classified as an intimacy disorder. Today's media age creates a world where we connect without true connection, which is the type of isolating environment where a porn or sex addiction can thrive. Rat Park is a powerful reminder of the relational and emotional elements involved in addiction. Chemical dependency and brain science are still important factors in a porn addiction, which is why the Freedom Fight will examine them along with other crucial elements that must be addressed to bring freedom from a porn or sex addiction. World-renowned sex addiction authority, Dr. Patrick Carnes, conducted a survey of 1,000 recovered sex addicts in which he identified the 2 most important factors that helped them find freedom. The number 1 rated factor was reliance on God or a higher power. Those individuals who acknowledge their own powerlessness and look to God for help had the most success when it comes to addiction recovery. The Freedom Fight will encourage you to develop your own relationship with God as we highlight biblical wisdom that has proven transformational in sex addiction recovery. The factor that was rated the second most important for a successful recovery was small groups. There are certain dynamics a small group will provide related to acceptance, safety, accountability, encouragement, and processing that you can't get any other way. It makes sense that if a lack of close connection with others contributes to an addiction, then connecting with others will be an important part of recovery. The bottom line is, you need God and others to most effectively deal with your addiction. Whether you go through the freedom fight individually or in a small group, the app and website enable you to send your check-ins to your accountability. Each of our videos will unpack principles of recovery that have a proven track record of setting people free. Whether you are looking for help in your own battle for purity or you just want to be equipped to help others, join us in the freedom fight.